It's episode 31, and I want to talk about this thing called life because right now or lately it has been stressing me the heck out. Are you in the same shoes? Now, I won't be complaining because I don't think that complaining and talking about what you're going through are the same thing. I think that complaining is talking about what you're going through, but not doing something about it and choosing to not do something about it. But then talking about what you're going through and letting it out and then thinking about actionable steps to take. Now that is not complaining. So that's what I'm going to try to do from this episode. But lately, and let me know if you're in the same boat. Lately, I feel like this year has put, me at least in a position where I am forced to face my inner demons, all my self-doubts, all my anxiety, my depression. I'm forced to face everything and I can't hide it. I can't, like, right now I am dating and with my girlfriend and our daughter, and I can't hide it. How many of us have experienced like growing up, and when you're feeling depressed you kind of put on a face. You're able to smile and look like you're okay, but you're really not. Well, now I'm in a position where I literally, it's on my face, and I can't hide it. So since that's the case now, it forced me to really look at myself and say, man, like, why am I feeling so depressed? Why am I so unhappy? How can this be possible if on the outside, other people are thinking that my life is perfect, and it looks like everything is okay and life is easy. It's not, right? Like that's how I was mentally thinking. It's not easy. Why am I feeling depressed? It's not easy. And then I realized life is going to beat you down. You know, life will try at least. Life will try to tear you apart. And it makes you really believe that every single thing you do does not matter. Like every single action you take, every single effort you put towards or energy you put towards some direction, it just doesn't get returned. At least that's how it feels. And now that I'm talking about this out loud, I don't understand why, I feel this way, because I now have a podcast, right? I'm able to share my story with people around the world. Why am I still unhappy though? You know, have you ever experienced, maybe like on the outside, let's say you have a job, okay? Let's say you are someone that you have a 9 to 5 job and you make $60,000 a year, and you're in a married family, you're married, you have children, the whole entire quote unquote American dream. But how come that person right there is still unhappy? I think it's because, at least this is what I'm realizing. And I'm sorry if I ramble a bit because I am pretty anxious right now. My anxiety has been higher. And I'm excited because I'm finally shooting another episode. And trust me, it has not been easy to just record an episode. I've been scared to. But I feel like that person is still unhappy because I wonder if they really pursue their authentic self. When I deal with depression throughout my whole life, I've always battled with, who am I? Who the heck is Emmanuel? I don't know. I don't know. And I just wandered through life, always trying to find, what are my passions? What are things that interest me? What do I like to do? And lastly, what can I do to make money? Okay, that's actually something like, what can I find that I'm passionate about that I can also make money doing? And I've been on this pursuit, only for officially for like 4 years, but definitely 2 years after getting my certified life coach certificate. That's when I really started, trying to build a business and stuff. But what I realized during this whole entire time is that when you are pursuing a passion and you don't earn money, or more importantly, or more broad, because this applies to all aspects of life, when you start an endeavor that does not give you return on investment quickly, you want to quit. And you feel like you're not making any progress. You feel like you're not moving forward in your life. You kind of feel like a failure, and then you start having thoughts of like, you're not enough. Nothing I do matters. I should just quit. I should just get a normal job, or I should just stop working out, or I should just stop talking to girls, or I should just stop having friends. Like our mind, like my mind when I am feeling depressed, okay, because I have major depressive disorder and generalized anxiety disorder, okay? When I am depressed, it makes me really believe that every single action I take is a waste of time. And it's sad because if I continue letting that belief get me, then it will stop me from shooting these podcast episodes as it already has multiple times, right? At least from my perspective. From the outside world, I am okay. I'm putting out content on YouTube. I am putting out content on Instagram and Facebook, DT Nation, and all that stuff, and this podcast. But just because on social media it's out there, it doesn't mean it did not take a lot of inner fights and mental battles to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess all what I'm trying to express is, if you want something, and I'm trying to say this to myself too, if we want something that is hard, okay? And what I mean is, it helps us become a better person, then we must stay consistent. There is a difference. I wrote this down I am still coaching. I wrote this down, and I said the difference between short-term happiness and long-term happiness. And short-term happiness is things that increase your happiness immediately. It boosts your happiness immediately, but the effect wears off almost the same amount of time. And you need to give a lot more energy and attention to these things to increase or maintain this level of short happiness. So these are things like junk food, playing video games, Netflix, smoking, doing drugs, drinking, right? These are all things that I've done slash do, right? All of us have something that or a vice, I think that's what we call it, that we kind of lean on from time to time to boost our short term happiness. And we truly believe that this is the right action to take, okay? But long term happiness is things that at the a moment you currently do that action, okay, your happiness does not increase much. But after the action is complete, it sustains your level of happiness for a longer amount of time than the short term happiness actions. So these are actions like working out, eating healthy, taking the time to create a video or edit a video, working on your craft or practicing, right? Or just different things, that the energy it takes for you to improve upon a skill or personal character or strength or weakness that you have. When you do that, when you work on the long term things that don't give you satisfaction immediately, but you continue to just persist consistently, man, your level of happiness, it just increases, and it's way more beneficial, and it feels way more fulfilling than all the short-term happiness actions. Now, when I realized that recently, what my issue was is balancing the two, because I think my issue with at least my anxiety and feeling like I had to be perfect all the time is feeling as though I can only do one or the other. I can no longer do all the short term happiness stuff, and I can only do the long term happiness stuff. But that's not true. I think that, being able to say, all right, I'm going to do like 50, again, maybe like 60% long term happiness stuff, and then 40% short term happiness actions. Because if I do that, that means that I'm actually increasing my overall happiness level daily, daily. But back to the subject of life, because I feel like my mind is all over the place. I have no idea right now of grasping, the moment. Okay, like I have been working lately on trying to be more in the present moment. Do you struggle with that? Do you struggle with stopping? Let me just stop. Just like, right, I'm about to get 3 seconds of just silence. Just give me a moment. Okay, let me calm down. All right. So, overall, y'all, life has truly been crazy. It's brought me a lot of obstacles, but I'm doing my best to tackle each and every day. What I do today does bring about a better tomorrow. But if I do nothing today, then tomorrow nothing changes. If I were to go back and talk to my 16-year-old self, and I were to talk to him and say, hey, I'm telling you right now, at 27 years old, life is beautiful and you will, don't focus on relationships. You're going to be just fine. Just focus on your mental health, focus on building your character and working on your passions, and stop saying that you're lazy. You're not lazy, you're just fighting. You know what my 16-year-old self would say to me? What are you talking about? You have no idea how I feel. And I feel like that's life. I feel like life impacts all of us differently. All of us interact with what's going on in the world differently. But if we all just focus on our own mental health, our own brain, our own happiness, our own character, our own personality, our own passions, if we just focus on us, on me, on I, on you, then I feel like the world will not only become a better place, I feel like that you will become a happier person. And that means that your cup is starting to overflow with water and starting to pour into other people's cups. So I love you so much, DT Nation. I really do. I appreciate you listening to me and following me along this journey of my mental health journey, because it is a journey. And I do want to give you an update. As I am self aware and introspecting, I know I am a natural artist and mental health advocate. And I'm also a motivational speaker and certified life coach. Now, I'm still figuring out what that means to me. And I think that that is a life journey. But I'm just proud to say I am finding myself and I am making progress. And it's been a while since I've been able to say that. So if I can make progress in my life, you damn sure as well you can too. If you want to support of my creative expressions, my dance videos, my music, things like that, then you can go to YouTube and type in Depression Talks or Emmanuel, that is my name. And you can also go to Instagram at Depression Talks 1. And if you want to join the private DT Nation Facebook group, then just go to Facebook and type in DT Nation, and I'll make sure to add you right after you listen to this episode. Thank you again so much, DT Nation, for making this happen. I would not be where I am today, honestly, without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I think it's time to end the episode. As I always say, do you stay swaggerlicious and keep smiling. See you in the next episode.